My father-in-law loves to tell a story about my husband when he was little, and they would often go out to eat, and my husband's favorite food when he was little was French fries, as most kids are. And my father-in-law would constantly encourage my husband to have ketchup with his French fries, and he would say, "It's so delicious, you're really going to like it, you should try it." And this went on for years. Finally, one day, my husband, just out of the blue, decided to stick his French fry in some ketchup and put it in his mouth. And guess what? He loved it, right? He loved it, and he never ate French fries without ketchup again. And so I want to talk a little bit today about how to encourage your children to try new food. For some of you, that is like, oh, pull your hair out, so frustrating. You can't get your child to try new food. Now, there's a few things that you need to know about the nature of children. One is they're very skeptical eaters. Toddlers in particular are very skeptical eaters. So the first time you put something brand new in front of them, the chances are extremely high that they're not going to take a single bite. And the next time they may not either. And this can be anywhere from 17 to 36 exposures to something new before a toddler will even taste it, right? So make sure you're monitoring your expectations around that. Don't give up, don't just decide, oh, she doesn't like squash, I'll never put it in front of her again. You do need to keep exposing them, right? Let them see it, let them see it, let them see you eating it, let them see it some more, right? Without pressure. Now, that's the biggest mistake parents make in any kind of a food scenario, is that they apply pressure, right? The nudging and urging and bribing and begging to taste it or eat it or have more is the worst mistake we can be making for our children. It's externalizing a process that is very internalized. We need to have mastery over feelings of hunger, feelings of full, what we like, what we don't like. Okay, so please don't pressure your children. Just let it be. They'll come around, they really will, but it's going to take time. Now, after you've given them a chance to have exposures to new things, then what you can do is encourage tastes. So you're not saying you have to eat this. You're saying, why don't you taste this? There's a huge difference there, right? Eating means I've got to finish everything in front of me, or I have to have several bites in a row. Tasting is just putting it in your mouth. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to swallow it if you don't want to. And make sure when you're offering tastes that they're tiny, just a tiny, tiny little piece. Let's say a muffin. You just break off the tiniest piece of muffin and offer a taste. And if she puts it in her mouth and spits it right back out again, that's fine. Praise her for tasting it, right? And then you can say things like, what did it feel like in your mouth? Was it soft? Is it hard? Was it sweet? Was it salty? Just get her to start exploring, what are the different textures and tastes that food have. Don't ask, did you like it or don't you like it? That's a bit too vague. You want to get more specific with, was it mushy? Was it crunchy? And get her to start thinking about that, right? So taste is the focus. Not force, though. You don't want to get into a position where you're saying, you have to taste this. For some kids, they're just going to put up a wall and they're not going to budge, and now you're going to get into a battle of wills around tasting things too. So just basically two rules here. Lots of exposure, repetitive exposure, right? Then encouragement to have a taste. And 3, what does it feel like, taste like, smell like as they're having tastes? And you will find that over time, they will start becoming more adventurous and tasting more and more things and deciding which ones they'd like more of and which ones they don't. But this is a process. You've got to think about food as an evolution, right? You're just creating a situation where your children feel safe enough to try things or maybe not try things and sort of grow into a really good food vocabulary with time and patience. Thanks so much for watching today. Sleep well.